Hi students, and welcome to week 12 in your online lifespan growth and development course. This week we'll be covering chapter 12, which is the first chapter on adulthood. So last week we looked at emerging adulthood, that 18 to 25 range, and adulthood takes us about 25 to about 45, 46. So in this chapter, again, this first part will focus on the body and mind aspects. So let's take a look at what you have for the week. Here is your PowerPoint. Of course, as always, here's your quiz. And this week you are going to interview someone in late adulthood. So these assignments are due by Sunday, April 17th. And I want to point out that it is Easter weekend. Friday is Good Friday, a religious holiday, and then of course Easter. So if those are dates that you observe, just make sure that you plan accordingly. Of course, you can always turn your work in early if you don't want to be working on your Easter Sunday. So with this interview, I have a couple things to say about this interview with someone in late adulthood. Obviously, once we move past chapter 13, we'll be entering into late adulthood, or it's coming down the road is what I'm saying. We're not there yet, but I want you to do this interview ahead of time so that as you start learning about late adulthood, you'll have that experience of interviewing someone already and hopefully applying what you learned from that interview to the information that you're learning in the chapters. So that's why I have you doing it early. Ideally, you will interview someone 65 or older. If they're in their early 60s, but it's someone you know and that you really want to interview, that's okay. But you're going to learn more, and it's going to be more applicable to what we're learning in late adulthood if you hit that target range of 65 and older. So you can do this several ways. I want to still be very respectful of COVID still being out there. So if you're not comfortable being in front of someone face to face, then you can certainly do this over the phone or through Zoom or another type of technology. So it doesn't have to be face to face. I think that for people who are older, one of the things we'll talk about is loss of hearing, loss of eyesight, those types of things. So face-to-face might be the ideal way, but I just want you to know it's not a requirement. So you can type up and transcribe your interview. That's completely fine. With the person's permission, you can audio it, record it, or even video record it, and then just upload that for your assignment. So that's fine too. I have, if you click on this, some sample interview questions here. I hope you will add to these questions. I hope you will tailor the questions to the person that you're interviewing. So kind of look at these, use it as a springboard, a starting point, but feel free to elaborate, add on, maybe do a different question if it's more appropriate for the person that you're interviewing. But basically that's what you're doing is going through. I really feel really connected and sentimental about this assignment. Oftentimes what I'll hear back from students who do this is how much they learned from their interview and how important it was to the person that they were interviewing and how much they enjoyed it. And so it really is about spending time with someone almost as much as just gleaning some information. Again, sentimentally, I lost my last grandparent, not this past January, but the January before. So I'm entering that first time in my life that I haven't had grandparents. And I can't tell you how many times I've thought like, oh, I need to ask grandma about this, or I wish I could call grandpa and ask about this. So use this as an opportunity. If you have someone still living in your family that's 65 and older, use this as an opportunity to get part of the oral history for your family, because when they're gone, that's when you realize, oh, I don't know this, or there's nobody left that can answer this question. So think about that. Again, please feel free to add to these questions. And I think that's where a recording of this would be so amazing amazing to have for you down the road to refer back to. I wish I had more, recordings and I could hear my grandmother's voices and what have you. So again, just because I'm in a different phase of life where I don't have a grandparent to call anymore, I'd give anything to go back and to be able to interview one of my grandmothers and have that forever. So just a little thought in how you want to do this and who you want to do this with. But enjoy it. It's a great opportunity to spend time with someone. We'll talk about in late adulthood the sense of isolation and loneliness. Erikson's theory approaches that. And this interview, you're giving attention to someone, you're giving an opportunity to someone who might be feeling those things, to have a visitor and to talk. So I hope you enjoy doing this assignment, and I hope it's much more meaningful than just a piece of work that you're turning in for class, that it's bigger in your life and the person that you're interviewing. So for this week, again, chapter 12, here's your PowerPoint, your quiz, and then of course this interview with someone in late adulthood. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're enjoying these nice spring temperatures and maybe getting out and safely doing some fiesta events. If you celebrate Easter, happy Easter to you guys. And as always, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. Take care, everyone.